Great. Okay, here is my audience. And all that. Can you see yourselves on the video? Great. 7 people. Okay, I want to tell you guys a story about a funny night I had with one of my best friends in College Station back in May. So Emily, Earl, and I met my freshman year of college, and we've been close friends ever since. So going on about 4 years now. One night in May, I was going to be sleeping alone because all of my roommates had come back to their hometowns for the summer, and I'm practically scared of my own shadow, so sleeping alone was not a good option for me. So I called my best friend Emily and said, hey, do you want to come over for a sleepover? Because otherwise it's me and the boogeyman. And she said, yes, I'll come over. So Emily came over, and what we love to do most is just sit down and talk for hours. We could solve the world's problems if you give us enough time. So we sat down on my big plaid couch and we discussed our feelings and my boyfriend and summer school and all the good stuff. And so when the night was over and it's time to go to bed, Emily goes into her room and she goes to sleep. And I go into my room and I go to sleep. But that's not what happened for the whole night. I wish I could logically explain what happened next, but sleepwalking is not one of my habits that I can logically explain. So yeah, get ready. So at about 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm sleeping in bed, and then all of a sudden I'm not sleeping in bed, and I jump out of my bed and I decide to go visit Emily. Now, I can't explain why I'm doing any of this because I'm asleep and I don't have control and none of it is logical. So, poor Emily, she is a great friend. So I walk down to Emily's room and I'm really happy. I don't know why. I don't know who has joy at 3 in the morning, but I did. And so I turn on the hall light and I slowly open her door and come in, and I'm just looking at her peacefully sleeping and I'm so happy, and I'm like, I'm about to share my joy with her. This is great. And so I sit down on the end of her bed. I'm like, how should I wake her up? I'll stroke her arm. So I just start to still giving her a creepy smile. And I slowly shake her, and she turns over and she's groggy eyes, and she's like, what time is it? And for some reason, I don't know how, but I could say exactly what time it was. And I told her, oh, it's about 3:10 in the morning. You still have plenty of time to sleep. Don't you worry. I don't know how I got that information accurate at 3 in the morning, but I did. And I'm sleepwalking this whole time. It just doesn't make sense. Anyway, it gets better. Just wait. So Emily's just sitting there trying to figure out what's happening. Meanwhile, I'm just stroking her arm and smiling at her. I don't know why. And then I think my boyfriend Bill was on my mind at this next part. Otherwise, it makes no sense why I do this to my best friend. But before leaving her room, I decided to lean down and get really close to her face, and I kissed her right on her forehead. I don't know why. And so I kissed her on her forehead, and she just looks at me, and then that's it. I'm ready to go back to bed. That's all she needed, just a little arm stroke, a little kiss on the forehead. That's the end of the night. So I say, good night. You can go back to sleep. I'll see you in the morning. And I scurry on back to my room. And this part I remember in like complete vivid detail. But I remember I got into my room, and I was bursting with like giddiness. I don't know why. And so I literally leapt onto my bed. Like, it's a really high bed, and so I just leapt onto it and kind of snuggled all up in my bed, and I was ready to go back to sleep. I love this story because not only is it hilarious, sleepwalking is always entertaining, but to this day, Emily and I still like cry laughing recalling these details. The next morning, she had gone to her summer school class, and I was packing up to get back to Dallas. And I texted her and I was like, did I come into your room last night? She was like, oh yeah. And at this point, I'm still not sure what part is dream and what part is real. And so I was like, did I kiss you on your forehead? She's like, yep, you did. So anyway, this is one of my new favorite stories to tell, as embarrassing and funny as it is, but it provides a lot of entertainment, and I'm very grateful for Emily because we're supposed to be roommates this next year, and this experience didn't lead her to ballooning off of that lead.